Hello and welcome back to Here We Tow. Jules and I are going on our first trip in the new Travel Master 545. We're very excited about this. Now, one of the things I want to find out really is the Travel Master just too big? And that's what we're going to be finding out probably on our first trip. But we are heading to Seacroft Caravan and Motorhome Club site in Norfolk. It's actually on the Norfolk coast and we've got a few plans. What we're going to be doing, Jules?
I have no idea.
Actually, no, you don't. What we're going to be doing is arriving on site, getting the Travel Master set up for the first time, finding out about the water, how the system works compared to the Sportivo, just checking it over, levelling it, how that works as well, because it is a long motorhome. And once you get it up on the ramps, there's a big back end to drop down. So we're going to give that a test out.
I've got to say, this goes against all the advice we ever give. So on your maiden voyage, what you should do is you should go to somewhere either very close to the dealership that you've got the motorhome from or very close to home. So if you need anything, you don't have very far to travel.
Yeah.
So we're travelling.
That is the best advice. However,
I've just been told that we're going 3.5 hours away from where we are.
But no, Jules is right. Seriously, if you get a new motorhome or caravan, test it out before you go anywhere. We're hoping that Coachman have tested it all out before we've taken it. Like the Sportivo, everything was fine. We went off on a right adventure when we got that one as well, didn't we?
We did.
So anyway, we've digressed. We're going to get to Norfolk. We're going to Seacroft, as I say, to the Caravan and Motorhome Club site. It's very close to the beach. You can walk to Cromer. I'll tell you all about it when we get there, why we've chosen it, and yeah, how we got on with the motorhome. So you'll next see us on the
Are you going to tell us what we're doing? Because that's what I was waiting for. This is when I find out what we're actually doing.
We're going to walk into Cromer. We'll hopefully get the bikes out. We've got them in the back, and we're going to pedal up to a place called, I think it's called Mundersley or something like that. I'll tell you when I get there. And there's a fish and chip shop within walking distance of the club site called Will's Place. So hopefully tonight, Jules and I will be around Will's Place getting haddock and chips.
So at this point, all I normally have is a postcode, and I get told to navigate from where we are to the postcode. So at least now I've got an idea. We're doing walking, cycling, and fish and chips. Which,
yeah.
To be fair, fits in with what we normally do. So.
We like a bit of that. So yeah, let's get cracking, find out what the site's about, see what Cromer's about, whether it's somewhere you'd be interested in. This one's very motorhome friendly as well, just add on that point. So come on, let's get to the site.
And don't forget to comment. Hashtag get me Jules and Mike.
Oh, give up. Right, we'll see you in Norfolk. And here we are, we've made it to Seacroft. Took us about 4 hours and 15 minutes from home. Now the route we took was A1, A17, and then we followed the A road to Cromer. What I'd say is if you have got a large motorhome or an 8-foot wide caravan, or you're a little bit nervous, that route in was really simple. There was only one very short bit where it got narrow, and it wasn't overly narrow, nothing to concern yourself with. So if you're a little bit apprehensive about getting to caravan sites, that's an easy road in to get here. I would recommend that one. We arrived. Now, if you've not been to a Caravan and Motorhome Club site before, when you arrive, don't come before 1 o'clock. That's the rule for just about all of the sites. When you arrive, you pull in, go into reception, they'll let you through a barrier, you have a trundle round, find the pitch that you like, go back, let them know which pitch you're on, and they'll give you then the key fob, and that's it. Some of the sites are actually now AMPR controls, so you don't even have to go and speak to people. So if you don't like to talk to people like Jules, you'll be laughing. So you arrive on site, AMPR barrier will open, and then you just pitch up, and I believe you enter on the app or the website as to which pitch you've gone on. So that's something new for Caravan and Motorhome Club. But this isn't one of those sites. So I arrived and there was only actually 2 pitches left. So we've booked hard standing with electric with awning. Here on the site, you've got grass and hard standing, electric and non-electric. So we only had 2 pitches to choose from. One was actually just over there in the tree line between those 2. I think that was number 81. We definitely were going to be too long to go on there. This is pitch 77. This site has a length limit of 8 metres and 50 centimetres. We're 8 metres and 39 centimetres, and as you can see, we are just about on. I couldn't really go any further backwards because of the tree. Now other campsites obviously have bigger pitches, so hopefully won't be a problem, but this is part of my question of, is the motorhome too big? Well, here we are, we're on a pitch, so it wasn't too big for this site. We'll see our next site in Norfolk, how we go there. So here we are on the site. What we're going to do now, we'll have a quick wander around. This site actually has a swimming pool, a restaurant, a good little dog walk and a play area. So I'll show you those as we go, and then we're going to trot down into Cromer and get something to eat and drink, see the sea, and then we'll come back. So let's fire off first of all and take a look at the site. Jules and I have wandered down from the pitch, and this is Wanderer Bar and Restaurant. So this is open for breakfast from about 8:30 till 10:30, and then it does evening meals from 5 p.m. We're going to check out breakfast tomorrow morning. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to have a cooked breakfast in there. It is closed for food, I think, Mondays and Tuesdays. And here's the swimming pool that I mentioned. It is closed at certain times of the year, so unfortunately it's not an all year thing, it's just for summer. But if you're looking for somewhere during the summer with a pool, obviously you've got that there. And then there is the one large service block, as far as I know, on the site, and that's going to be just up there at the top of the site there from where I am. So in terms of pitches, they also have a large number of serviced pitches. So if you like a fully serviced pitch, up there and turn left. So there we go, that is the service block up there, which is standard. Club sites have a really good standard of service block, and they're pretty much the same across the network. Swimming pool, the Wanderer Bar and Restaurant, and then coming round. Now, when I arrived, we came through the barrier. The club sites, just about all of them, will have security barriers, which I like as well, and you can see those here. You will get a fob, as I say, so you've got your security there, and the reception office, that was over there where I went. If you're coming with a motorhome, you're going to want a motorhome service point, and there is, I think there might even be 2 on site. I think there might be one up at the service block, and the other one is here. So when Jules and I arrived, we filled up with fresh water here. So you will need your own hose pipe. That hose pipe there's for the waste. So you will need a hose pipe, and the grey waste dump is here. You don't dump your black waste here. Obviously, you can do that at the service points around the site and also at the service block as well. So grey waste dump. Right, we're going to head out of the campsite now, which is here. When you get to the road, we're going to turn right to go to Cromer. We're going to walk down there. It's to get to the pier, I think it's about a mile. So that's where we're heading. If you go left, you head up. We're currently in East Runton. You carry on. Well, we're on the periphery of East Runton and Cromer. We're in the middle. If you go left, you'll find the chip shop and a couple of pubs up there, about half a mile, which we haven't done yet. So we're going to head into Cromer. I'll see you on the walk to Cromer. First stop for Jules and I is a cafe as usual. About 7 minutes walk from the campsite on the road into Cromer. Blue Sky Cafe. Jules and I have had 2 lattes and some banana cake, and actually it was really good, so I definitely recommend this. And the bonus with this is it's just a bit of a break up on the journey, and there's also a large car park. So if you are coming to Cromer in your leisure vehicle and you do need somewhere to park for the day, if you're not on a campsite, you can park here. I don't believe you can overnight, but you can park motorhomes here. And the sea, I don't know if we can see it, if we can see the sea, but the sea is literally just over there, and I think there's a promenade. You can get to a promenade if you cut down that way. Jules and I aren't going to do that. We're going to carry on the footpath for now, head into Cromer that way, and then make our way to the pier. So we will see you all banana caked up down at Cromer Pier. As usual, I said one thing and did another. I said we were going to walk on the road, and we didn't. At the back of the cafe, there was like a path that we've joined. Absolutely beautiful little path. You just come along here, you can walk, see the sea. The promenade I mentioned is actually right down at the bottom. You can cut down to that. Jules and I have just carried on this path towards Cromer, and this is the pier behind me. So this is where we are heading towards. Then you get into the town, and the town sort of continues back that way, and there's Cromer Beach at the other side of the pier. The tide's quite well in at the moment, so I don't know how much of the beach we'll see that side. So our plan is to keep going, have a quick look at the pier and see if we can see Cromer Beach, and then we'll head up into town, walk up through there, and then Jules and I will potter about and then head back up to the site and see what we do up there for today. We've done quite a bit, obviously. Right, come on, let's carry on our walk. We carried on the little cobbled street, and you come through past some amusements and ice cream shops, and there's a pub called the Wellington Pub. We've turned left sort of opposite that. It's just up there. Look for the big ice cream cones hanging off that building. I spotted them a mile off, strangely enough, and we've just cut through. Or if you've come along the promenade, because Jules and I have walked this way, that's the promenade where you'll carry on walking and then you'll get down to the pier. Cromer Pier was Pier of the Year 2024. They probably gave themselves that award because that's what a lot of these places do, but yeah, apparently Pier of the Year. You can see down there, obviously you can get on there, have a trot down the pier to the end. There's a theatre down there, so if it's your sort of thing, you can do that. Jules and I, we are going to wander down there in our own time, but we're also going to now just carry on along this path further along and just take a look at the beach line. So we'll carry on that way, but yeah, there's the pier. Yeah, we'll have a little stroll on there, Jules and I, and take a look. Right, we'll see you a little bit further on to have a look down this way at what part of the beach we can see. I actually took about 10 more steps and got to this point, and then saw that there's a ramp down to get to the beach, so there's no point me walking on there any further to show you all that. So that is the beach. It looks very stony. We're not talking the Caribbean here in Cromer, so, but they do actually in Norfolk have some other beautiful beaches, and hopefully I'm going to see a few more of those on our Norfolk tour after this visit, so at this site, so we'll see more of those. But that's the beach and the pier. We'll go, Jules and I are going to go on the pier, and then we're going to trot up into the town centre and just have a wander up there. So we'll show you a little bit of that footage as we're walking around the town centre, and then we'll be making our way back to the club site, and that'll be it for the day, because obviously we've had quite a long day travelling, getting here and then coming down here. So we're going to head back up, and then we'll catch you either tonight or tomorrow morning and go for a cooked breakfast. Morning. Right, so you join us now the next day. Yesterday, after we left you in Cromer, we trotted into town, went to a Morrison's where I bought some cakes, and so did Jules. We got cakes. Then we came back and just sat out for a little bit, and then it was obviously tea time and bedtime. So we had a really nice day yesterday. Cromer, it actually was better than we expected. We really enjoyed it. I had a lovely time down there. And the site seems fantastic. I may have given you a bit of duff information. I think I might have told you. I can't remember now whether there were 70 pitches. I think I was a bit tired after the drive. There's over, I think it's about 121 pitches. Yeah, Jules is showing you the map. I've re-studied how I thought there were 70 pitches when we're on 77. That was proper just tiredness, I think. Anyway, so brilliant site. This morning, I'll tell you in a minute about our sleep, but this morning we have trotted to the restaurant on site that I told you about yesterday, and we had a breakfast. Wow, proper Yorkshire value in Norfolk. So I got a little Explorer breakfast, which was £6, and I got a sausage, 2 bacon, egg, beans, toast, and a coffee. So that was a proper bargain, and Jules got a medium-sized breakfast. So we've had breakfast. Really recommend the breakfast there. It was good, wasn't it, Jules?
Yes.
Very nice. So we've had our breakfast, and we're back at base camp. We're going to go for a walk, but before that, I'm just going to talk you through a couple of bits of the Travel Master, because I know, you know, you'll be keen to have a look and a nosy, because that's what I'm like. So we had our first sleep in it. Now, we've got a king-size bed. This is the 545, so there's a king-size bed. The 565 has the longitudinal beds like the Sportivo did. So we've got a massive king-size bed, an air conditioning unit back there. And if I just get my little remote control, it actually, if I press, I'll just remember which buttons press, but there, look. It sits up. So last night, Jules and I sat ourselves up before we went to sleep. You can put a TV in the back bedroom, but we haven't got one. But I think if it was mine, I'd definitely be fitting one, because we had a lovely time back there. So really comfy, lovely sleep last night. Woke up and obviously went for breakfast. But so far, yeah, really, really impressed with this. It's funny because I did wonder whether this was just going to be too big, this motorhome, but Jules has got, what's your saying, Jules?
The space I didn't realise I needed.
Space I didn't realise I needed. It's massive. It's so, I mean, you can just see like the width of it and the room. I mean, if I, obviously round here, and what Jules has done, this is quite good. So we've got these bench seats. So last night I was sat on here with my back against here, just watching the TV. We've got an Avtex telly there. And then Jules has got this bench seat. But what you can do is, shall I let you do that, Jules?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. So what you can do, I'll just move back and then show you. So if you just take this cushion off, obviously you put the cushion back on, but if you take that off, it's got a lever.
Please just bear with all my...
Jules has got all his charging
wires.
gadgets. So he's moving those. But yeah, so basically, this actually is a travel seat as well. So, but what we've realised is you can make a recliner. If you just pull that little catch there that Jules has got hold of, and then swivel it around like this, and then you just need to put your base cushion back on.
And what I really like is the base cushion has got little grooves that you can probably see there and there, which also coincide with this, so it doesn't slip off.
Yeah, you don't want to slide off when you're watching telly, do you, Jules?
Absolutely.
So there we go. So he did that. You're getting a full demonstration now. This will obviously be in the full review as well. But yeah, and then he put the back bit in. And then, if I just step back a bit further, Jules had made himself, if he clambers on, a recliner.
To watch TV.
To watch TV, yeah. So how comfy do you think that is?
Yeah, really comfy.
It is, isn't it? Right, I'll just give you back to Jules.
And just quickly, I'll show you, I might as well show you, when you're using it as a travel seat, literally you just take that out. I don't want to scuff the leather. That locks into place.
And then you've got your seat belts there, haven't you? And then you put your back cushion.
Belts, and then your little seat belt holder there. And then obviously you put the cushion this side so that you can sit facing forward. So yes.
Yeah, I'll give you back to Jules. So yeah, so last night Jules was legged out there, I was legged out there. Oh, and it's funny because it's almost like, it is almost like the interior space that I'd expect in a caravan, which I've never had in a motorhome. So it's made a real difference. And obviously the huge tower fridge and freezer, Thetford freezer. Look, all the ice cream I'm going to be able to get in there. Oh, and we've got a microwave as well, which is, that's a bit of a game changer. Now getting into colder weather, it's nice to think you can have hot food if you want it. And this one's my treat cupboard. Now, you might think, Jesus, look at all that, but we're being good. We haven't eaten any of the treats yet. I know we're only on day 2, so give us a chance. But we've not even bothered with the treats. And then this one, you'll like this. This is my Yorkshire tea cupboard. Look at that. That's proper Yorkshire tea on the road there. And our little Coachman mugs. So no, we're really, really, really impressed, to be honest. I'll tell you what, it's actually a bit of a game changer, because we've already said after here we're going to another caravan site in Norfolk, and we're already saying we think we might extend and stay into next week. Normally, like Jules and I, I'll just bring you around with Jules and I into the shop, because I know it's you don't often get to see him. Here he is. So normally, like, we quite often will go to a campsite, stay what we've booked, and then we're like, right, let's go home.
Shooting straight home.
But we're actually saying, no, let's stay on and
but we've
stay
got
longer.
everything here with us as well, because we've got the extra space, we've got the extra payload, so we've brought a little bit of extra stuff. So like laptops and bits and pieces, we can work on the road.
And we found Morrison's where they've got some really good choice of cakes. So we're just going to load up that massive fridge freezer and go for it. So we think we might
going to load up the massive fridge freezer.
I am. So anyway, so that's the motorhome update. I'll just hand you back to Jules. There we go. Right, so today's plan. Now, there's a couple of things you can do if you're coming here to this club site. And I must say, so far, we're really enjoying this site. This is a big yes from us. You can, from the entrance of the site, there's a bus stop. You can get on the bus and you can go to Sheringham. You can go up to Wells next to the sea. Or you can go the opposite way, past Cromer and further into Norfolk. So you can get the bus from outside. Or you can walk to the Morrison's at Cromer and get the bus to the Mundersley, which I mentioned to you before, so you can do that. You can go on your bikes. Cromer's a little bit busy on the bikes. I mean, you can do it. I'm just not 100% sure whether I'll be doing that. What Jules and I are going to do, we're going to go out of the site and turn left, and we're going to walk up towards West Runton. And there's a cut through as we get up there on the coastal path, and we're going to walk to a cafe. I believe it's called Seaview Cafe. So we're going to walk to there. It's about 1.6 miles. We're going to have a coffee, maybe a bit of lunch. Do you think we're going to have lunch, Jules? We'll see.
See what they've got. We
might have some lunch, and then we're going to walk back and then have a steady afternoon. So those are the things that you can do. This is what we're going to do today. So we'll take you with us. We'll have a look at the coastal path. We'll see the cafe, get something to eat, and then we'll get back on the pitch. So come on, let's get our shoes on and get going. So we have walked from the campsite, we turned left out the club site, walked along the road, and then you'll see signs for the coastal path where it actually says there's a change to the route. You walk in through like a static holiday park and there's some tourers. Go through there and you'll find the cliff top path. So we've walked from over there, that way. Jules got some cracking drone footage, even in the wind. We've walked along and we've got to Seaview Cafe, which I'll show you in a second. But at the bottom of the ramp, you can see that you've got the beach here. Now, it is a windy day, and the tide is in, but this is where you can get onto the beach here at West Runton. It is dog friendly. There are a couple of restrictions. I think this part here for a certain time of the year, but the rest of it's dog friendly. But absolutely beautiful, and the cliff top walk was fantastic. So back up the ramp though, I'm shouting because of the wind, so I apologise if I'm a little bit loud, but we've walked along and we popped out the top here, and this is Seaview Cafe. It's open. It's open from springtime and it closes at the end of September, so it's just coming to the end of the season now. But we had a drink there, and then we popped out here. Now, when you pop out, you've got the option to walk left up to West Runton, and in West Runton there's another coffee shop and there's a few pubs, and you can walk back through West Runton along the road to back to where we are at East Runton, or you can just walk back on the cliff, which is where we're going to go. You can also, if you are feeling a little bit more energetic, we've come out, as I say, just to my left there. You can walk along here over the path there and actually get to Sheringham. It's another few miles, I think, to get to Sheringham, and then you can walk back, or you can get the bus back from Sheringham right outside our campsite. There's a little mammoth here, so you'll know you're at the right spot, because as you come along you'll find the woolly mammoth. Here he is. The history is, you'll see it in the coffee shop, it's to do with a tibia from a mammoth that was found around here, and that's what the significance is with mammoths. And this is over there, that's the Norfolk coast path that Jules and I have walked along to get here, and we're going to head back there as well. Right, we'll continue on our travels then, wandering back, and I will next see you back on the pitch. We've made it back onto the pitch, Jules and I. We had a trot back on that coastal path, a little bit breezy, but here on the site, funnily enough, you don't seem to get the same wind there. It seems very sheltered, which is great. So yeah, we've arrived back, table and chairs out. This isn't bad for the end of September, is it? Nice weather again. We have got tonight here, and then tomorrow we're heading off to another site, so there'll be another video for our next stop. This being the first trip in the very big Travel Master, and I must say I am really quite impressed so far, but there'll be plenty more content about this motorhome and our travels. Another trip in Norfolk, and then we will be at the NEC. I think this video will probably be going out after the NEC, and we'll be heading into the back end of October when you next see this, and then all being well, November we're going to go into the Lake District. That's our plan. Hopefully you've enjoyed having a look at Seacroft Caravan and Motorhome Club site right next door to Cromer. We've enjoyed staying here. Yes, I would recommend this site. Good sized pitches, swimming pool in the summer, excellent restaurant on site with nice food. Jules and I have tried that out. I think that's about it. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.